For those of you who don't know, Thousand Trails is a membership-based organization which offers memberships to their RV parks located around the country. And by around the country, they're usually found near the perimeter of the USA. So if you're willing and ready to pony up for the initial fee, you can purchase a membership in one of several regions that they offer. There is potential, if you join, to actually save a good chunk of change on places to stay if this suits your travel style. One of the drawbacks is that their parks are not always located as close as some others to your selected points of interest. You may have to drive a ways to get to what you want to do or see, and they're not everywhere. Now, they have agreements with other parks that they label Encore. Where the park will hold, say, 10 to 20 spaces for the Thousand Trails members to stay with some restrictions. Like Thousand Trails, depending on how much you pay for your membership, you may be able to stay in a Thousand Trails park for, say, 21 days without having to move, but can go from park to park without any restrictions. But an Encore may restrict your membership level to 14 days. Then you have to be out of their system for 7 days before going back to another Encore park. It can get quite confusing trying to navigate all of the system's ins and outs. Now, throw into the mix a national emergency and you have all the little fiefdoms around the country interpreting the situation and rules, for lack of a better term, all willy-nilly. Thousand Trails for the month of April this year canceled all reservations, but to their credit said you could continue to stay at the park you were at if you wished. Just no other reservations that month. Not everyone got that email. So we opted to pay full price for the spot we were in at the park we were staying at. We were told that would bridge the required time out of the park, meeting our subscription requirements. Then we could get our 2 weeks of additional stay in May before moving on with our travels. Shelley called Thousand Trails near the end of April to make reservations for May. She was told that would be fine and affirmed the reservations on the Thousand Trails website. She then called the Encore park that we were staying at and let them know that we needed to pay for one additional night before May reservations kicked in. She was told no problem by the park. Here's where the fun comes in. 3 days into what was to be our 2-week stay under our subscription, she called the current park office to let them know that the electric meter reader had just come out and to make sure that they didn't overcharge us for extra use. They now tell her that Thousand Trails has canceled reservations. She says no, that our reservations still show on their website. They insisted that it was not, even though we were both looking at it online. They said that they would give us the site that we were in for the 2 weeks at the off-season rate. Odd, with our subscription we had already paid for the site. They insisted that we would have our card on file debited either way. Now, I distinctly remember asking this park not to keep any such records for security reasons and the potential of misuse and abuse. This went back and forth for a while, kind of leaving a bad taste. Now, because of the current national situation, all we see is the park telling us one thing and our membership another. It may be nothing, or it may be that one or both are taking advantage of a difficult time. The park we're at is beautiful and new with many amenities, but all those extras were shut down due to social distancing suggestions, which means that travelers are paying full price for much less than what's being advertised. One of our neighbors brought this to the park's attention, and the response was that the laundry and showers were still open. He pointed out that the majority of the RVs in the park were self-contained and used neither. They then passed the buck again and said it was corporate's decision. And, get this, they're just good soldiers following orders. I know this dance. We'll be leaving in a week or two. To our fellow journeyers, have any of y'all experienced anything similar? I'd really like to think that for the most part this is just an anomaly. Either way, everything seems to be opening back up. Sure hope that the monuments, national and state parks follow suit. Can't wait to get nomadic again. See you next week. Travel safe, guys.